Summary of the Plague by Albert Camus. In the 1940s, the bubonic plague broke out in Oran, a port city on the coast of France and Algeria. The first-person storyteller doesn't have a name, but they mostly talk about Dr. Bernard Roos. Roos sees rats suddenly lying down around town and dying. Soon, thousands of rats are seen lying down in the open to die. As people get more scared, the government finally sets up a daily burning service for rat bodies. The caretaker for Dr. Roos's office building, M. Michel, gets a strange fever and dies soon after the rat problem goes away. As more cases show up, Dr. Roos and his partner Dr. Castel think it is the bubonic plague. They keep telling the government to do something, but they don't until so many people have died that the plague can't be denied. At last, they shut the gates and put Oran in lockdown. The people in the town react to being suddenly alone by feeling like they are on the outside looking in and missing their loved ones. Each person thinks that their pain is unique. A Jesuit priest named Father Panelex gives a speech in which he says that the plague is God's punishment for Oran's sins. Raymond Rambert, a foreign writer, tries to get out of Oran and meet up with his wife in Paris, but the criminal underground and the government are both holding him up. He is helped in his efforts by Cottard, a man who did something bad in the past and has been scared all the time since. The only person in town who likes the plague is Cottard. It makes everyone else as scared and alone as he is, and he makes a lot of money sneaking. At the same time, Rose is fighting the plague non-stop. Jean Theroux, who is also visiting Oran, and Joseph Grand, an older city clerk who misses his ex-wife and struggles every day with the first line of a book he is writing, join him. Theroux sets up a cleaning league to fight the plague, and a lot of people sign up to help. After finalizing his escape plan, Rambert learns that Dr. Roos is also split from his sick wife, who is in a sanatorium. This makes him decide to stay and fight the plague. After a few months, people stop feeling selfish about their pain and see the plague as a disaster for everyone. The number of deaths is so high that the bodies have to be burned. Everyone is getting tired and sad. In this story, M. Othan's strict young son gets the plague, and Rose and his friends, including Father Panelex, watch him suffer and die. Panelex is moved by the death of the child and gives a second sermon. In this one, he says that the horrors of the plague make people only able to accept everything about Christianity or deny everything. Panelex gets sick and dies quickly, but he doesn't have any of the signs of the plague. For Theroux, opposing the death sentence and fighting the plague in all its forms has been his life's work. After a short break to go swimming, the two guys get back to work. Grand gets the plague and gets sick, but then he miraculously gets better. Some of the other patients also get better, and soon the outbreak is over. But then Theroux gets sick. He dies after a long battle with the illness. People in the town slowly get their hope back and start to party. Only Cottard is upset that the plague is over. The day the town's gates open again, he goes crazy and starts firing a gun into the street without a reason until he is caught. Grand gets back to work on his book and writes a letter to his ex-wife. His wife comes to Oran with him, but Dr. Roos finds out that his wife died at the hospital. People in the town quickly go back to their normal lives and try to act like nothing has happened. Dr. Roos admits that he is the one who is telling the story of the journal, which he wrote to remember the people who died from the plague and the struggles of the workers. He knows that the battle against the plague will only last for a short time because the bacillus microbe can stay dormant for years.
About the author. Camus was born in colonial France's Algeria to French parents. He grew up poor and got tuberculosis as an undergraduate at the University of Algiers. He joined the Communist Party and worked for them for a while. After that, he wrote for an anti-colonialist Algerian newspaper, joined an anarchist group, and then wrote and fought for the French resistance against the Nazis in World War II. He had 2 children with Simone Hai and then Francine Faure, the second wife he married. Camus is best known for his books The Stranger and the Plague and his article The Myth of Sisyphus. He is often linked to Jean-Paul Sartre, who lived at the same time. He always had left-wing political ideas, stood up for human rights, and strongly opposed war and the death penalty. He was 46 years old when he died in a car accident.
Hope we summarized it fully and you liked it. Please hit the like button and subscribe to our channel so that we are motivated to create more videos.